two awesome guests with me today to just kick back with the Rookie Corner. We got the Mandy Summers. What's up, Mandy?
Like what? Hey, you guys. I'm over here with Rookie. I'm like, what, Jesse? How did this happen? Craziness, you guys. Hey, you guys.
That is my fault. Hold on. Let me fix that.
Look how loud that was.
That's not what my voice sounds like, is it?
I said I was not going to forget to mute that when it started, and then I did.
Simple as that, I'd say.
Although I have to give StreamYard a lot of props. I mean, clearly, you know, when Google Hangouts shut down, this became the new easiest place for everyone to go. And since the influx of streamers, they've really upped their game. They've really put more and more into our side of things, giving us so many more options to bring the best content to you guys.
I remember back in the olden days when young StreamYards only allowed 6 people on a panel, and you had no cool things you can do with it on the sides with videos and those picture things and everything.
Buttons and videos.
We got it so good now. and now I'm gonna turn into an old lady. I'm 40. No. It's okay.
Wow.
Your name is Flo, and you have smoked you a camel.
This may or may not be a character called Jafagatha in the next project that I do. I don't know.
Oh no!
She just lets you know what's going on in the world and tells you to calm down about it. Everyone needs a Jewish mother in the house. Everyone just needs a good Jewish mother. And it's actually, Yeshaya is my actual Jewish name, right? That's my Hebrew name. Now, if you know things about Hebrew, right, Yeshaya's a boy's name. Yeah, Yeshaya ain't a boy. My parents apparently didn't figure that one out when they gave me my Hebrew name. Hilarious.
We got Wookie in the house. What's up, Wook? The first notification I got in a long time to cast the show. Good.
Did y'all hear my really good Wookiee impersonation?
I thought that was a cat purring.
No, that was my Wookiee impersonation. Pretty good, right? I could fool y'all. Y'all would have no idea if I was around the corner and I made that noise. Be like, oh shit, there's a Wookiee.
Beer feels right. Everyone had a group of friends. Everyone had their group of Halo LAN party friends, you know, if they played Halo. And my group involved this psycho kid who was probably on Ritalin named Jimmy, who invented Jimmy Soda, which was Mountain Dew, crushed up Smarties, Pixie Sticks. There was some other form of sugar, Fun Dip it might have been. And this was all just shaken together and chugged. And if you could do it without puking, it was considered impressive. And then if you could...
That sounds like when I was a kid, I thought that I could just make a cool drink by putting things in my drink. And so I had like apple juice and an Oreo. And then I looked at it and went, I'm not drinking that. Never mind.
Yeah.
No.
Sprite, cereal, and whipped cream.
Sprite, cereal, and whipped cream. That's a new one.
Yep. I liked making potions.
My mishaps always came with like, tried to make a homemade cake and it caught fire and like literally caught fire. I put a tub of ice cream in a toaster oven to soften it so I could scoop it easier. And I walked off and forgot about it. And I burnt that part of the kitchen. My What?
You burnt ice cream.
I burnt ice cream. Yeah.
That must have been fun to tell the people to come in. So we're fixing the kitchen. What started the fire? Ice cream.
Ice cream.
Yeah. The most known to cause fires.
That shit was hard. I couldn't scoop it, and I got pissed off, and I was like, and I'd already blew up the microwave with the candle like a week earlier, so I thought, well, I'll just put it in the toaster oven, and then I walked off for a video game, and
you got too into the game and forgot
you were
about
blowing up candles, and they weren't even vagina scented.
No, they were not. I've been doing it long before she had. What on God's green earth was running through your mind when she picked up the phone and was like, oh, let me get me one of them coochie candles. It just
I did read that she won it from something. Like
she won. Oh, what kind of content?
Now it's actually a tragedy because because she just thought she won this special gift. Like, wow, I would never have bought this damn thing, but it's worth $75.
Bingo night at her friend's house. They're like, oh shit, we bought these dumb candles. Well, we can't keep them around here. Our kids might see them. Oh, we'll just give them away at our next bingo night.
I can't fathom anybody seeing that and being like, that's the scent for my house.
Why would anybody buy any product called "This smells like my vagina"?
Right?
Is that what it was called?
That's actually what the candle is called.
It wasn't like, Mevagenique or something. It wasn't some clever name of the word.
Called "This smells like my vagina."
Down points for uncreativity.
We're putting smells together, and Gwyneth Paltrow went, "This smells like my vagina." And they thought, wow, we truly have a winner right here, title and all. Sometimes I'm just baffled by...
What is she doing in her free time that she can smell stuff and say, this smells like my vagina? What is going on down there? She needs a doctor.
Well, and I want to know if her friend was like, can I smell that?
Right.
I want to smell it too. Is there a way we can spread the smell?
She surrounds herself with such sycophants that a guy was probably between her legs, some simpy little boy going, oh, your vagina smells so heavenly. I wish you could just put it in a candle so I could smell you all the time. And she went, wow, that's a brilliant idea. I'll bet young men and women everywhere would be inspired by the scent of my vagina.
Yeah, have grandma, grandpa come over. Great to put it on when you light a stink. You want to counter it with the pink, but that's not going to work this time. Oh no. Let's transition out of the candle talk to Godzilla in a sec, which I feel deserves a big old Godzilla type of intro.
Shall we begin? So it begins. And now it begins. So it begins. And so it begins. Shall we begin? Shall I begin? Shall we begin? Shall we begin?
I know who Godzilla is. I haven't lived under a rock. I know who it is, but I've never really got excited about Godzilla. Yeah. But this one looks awesome. And I think I just want to go back to the theater and I want to hear those roars and I want to see the effect and I want to do it in a theater. I refuse to watch this anywhere but in a theater. Yeah. But it looks really good. I mean,
you want to have the roar of Godzilla and the punch from King Kong to be shaking your seat and the sound go.
There is a part of me inside, because Godzilla versus King Kong was my absolute favorite as a kid, that yearns for the ridiculous puppetry and the cheesy special effects that do not hold up, because I love it. And that was my child and it's what's familiar to me. But I also understand that that's my personal nostalgia berry. And I'm going to bury that one and go, this looks cool as shit. My one thing about these newer, it's not really complaining about this because it's really how they designed Godzilla in the newer era. I don't love the thick neck thing. I liked a little more, I don't mind big beefy Godzilla. I just feel like the massive neck tunneling to this bitty little head just looks a little funky, a little more
to sit on top of the head, not sprout from the neck.
Exactly, right? Not like if I had my pick, actually, I would pick a nice drive-in theater, I think.
Yeah.
I have never been to one nor seen one anywhere around where I live. I didn't know they still existed in modern day.
That is so crazy too. Because we had one and it was amazing. You could get a whole carload in for $5 and the popcorn was this big and $2. So it was great. But ours got hit by a tornado and they never rebuilt it. So
oh no.
Well, Ricky, there's a lot of around here, I know for sure, and a lot of other cities I've been hearing about. They've been popping up, because of the theater closures. Mm-hmm. It's an opportunity, for people to go see things on the big screen. We did have one down the street it was about 20 minutes down the road from my college, and it was an event, to go when it was open in the summertime. And the neat thing was it had that holdover, sentiment. So it was priced way lower than everything else in the area, including the food and all that stuff. Yeah. And things like they had jumper cables, because you ran your battery into the night, running the sound out of your speakers through their AM station, and then you had to get jumped by the end of the day.
I don't know if they could get you you're going to watch the movie for free, but we did provide you with food. So
I'm pretty sure if you allowed free admission and charged people refreshments, you could do that. Like this, that's because they do that. That's a big thing. Movies in the parks where they'll do that. They'll get a big inflatable screen. I think it's something like, they charge you admission is not like, we're charging you to see the movie. It's like, we're charging you you're paying like a parking. You pay basically a parking fee. Your admission is your price of admission essentially, or something like that. And I love that kind of stuff because it's the same feel whenever you have those movies in the park kind of experiences. It's that same kind of drive-in experience. Like you always make new friends, you always make new memories, you always something quirky or weird always happens. Someone falls asleep.
That would be cool. So I don't know. I'm hoping. So I still think there's hope for theaters, but it really depends on people's investment to get up and go, and depends on how much it costs. I suppose people still don't like it being around $15, which I'm okay with, especially Cinetopia. There's only 4 of them in the world, but AMC bought them out, and now they're crap. Now I'd say Cinetopia was high class as hell with how it was, but it was like there was a whole Vinatopia area where you could go have a fancy dinner if you want with a date. You can the seats were extremely nice. Just the casual seats were nice, and then even better with the footstool in the high up area. A little more, you could get service to you with it. Expensive ass food for it, but still tasted good, and you can watch it. Screen was always good. It was always clean enough. It was not the sticky commonality you'd see somewhere else. I go to a real one and I like barely touch the back of the seat in front of me and it falls off. There's like a hole in the screen and sticky floors. It's like, this is very different. So.
It was the last time I was on this channel. So like 6 months ago, I think I sat here and I told you, Jeff, that it's probably dead. Theaters are probably dead. Yeah. But now 6 months later, I've got to get the hell out of this house, y'all. I've got to have something to do. Because I'm losing my mind. So even if it is going and overpaying to go to a theater, at this point, I'll just get me the hell out of the house.
I almost want to, even if it's a bad experience, like if there's other people in there being annoying, I kind of want to go, hey, you shut up. But thank you, because human, we see you. We're watching. I remember these feelings. It's fun. Mm-hmm. There you go. I still think we should have a button that zaps people that crinkle too loud, though. And they have, I don't know why they serve food in wrappers at a theater.
How do the people not realize? Open the damn bag and shut up with it. Why are you over there like you can't open it? Give me the damn bag. I'll open it.
Why do they sell them in wrappers? Why aren't they in something else that isn't, super noisy? Just barely
a receptacle so you can just dump it in before the movie. Like. Calm down.
Originally, I saw it on Sci-Fi or something like that. It may have went to the theater, but
you're probably right. Sci-Fi tends to have like a slot machine of random animals, and they'll spin it. Okay, we got shark. Okay, we got lizard. Shark, lizard. Boom. We got shark and Christmas. Santa Jaws. That is a movie. Santa Jaws.
Not only am I aware that that's a movie, I have watched the opening of it.
Why did I not know that was a thing?
Did you guys? I gotta screen share.
You're better off not.
Hold on. No, there's a better one. You guys ever hear of Dick Shark?
No. Dick Shark. No. Have you ever heard of Dick Shark?
It's a movie.
Got headphones in. I believe you. I mean, Edward Penis Hands is also a movie.
No, but I guess, so the question is, this came up on a different stream. I forget how we got onto it. We were talking about shark movies, and somebody brought this up, and it's on IMDb. I don't know if it's supposed to be a legit movie, like a sci-fi one, or a porno. I don't know.
Porno. This is a porno.
I don't know.
This has to be a porno. It's a porno. This is definitely 1,000% a porno.
It says a romantic couple get more than they expected after the husband's experiments with penis enlargement cream goes awry.
Yes, this is a porno. Okay. If you're lucky, it's a snuff film.
That would just be funny if it was like a small filmmaker trying to do what he can with what he has. He's like, okay, I'm going to make this film.
So, does his wang turn into a shark? Is that what I'm understanding here?
Yes, it turns into one.
Dick Shark is going down on the list for a later watch. Hit me up if you need some land down under type flute shit.
Yeah.
Hit me up. I got you.
When was the last time you fluted?
Flouted, I believe, is the appropriate.
2 days ago, I was playing Knights of the Round Table. Or Knights of the Round Table.
Monty Python.
Yeah.
Oh.
Love that.
Oh man, yeah. So that a new app I'm on over on Live It. Mondays I'm doing music.
Real quick, we got a $3 super chat from Justin Proper. What's up, my friend? Says F mustard. Rookie is cool. And what the fuck is Jeff doing? I don't know what you're referring to at what point. Honestly, could have been doing anything.
Unless he's referring to that Jeff who's back there editing.
Oh, the other Jeff. Oh, because no, he made the distinction: Rookie and then Jeff. Right, that makes sense. Yeah,
you have it confusing. I'll refer to him as boyfriend during the stream, so avoid any confusion.
From here, I can't tell if he's on a computer or not. So it looks like he's just staring at the mirror or something.
Oh, that's like he's looking out the window, like he's really deep into something.
Everyone just loves the fact that because you can't see the computer from where you are, when everyone sees you back there, it just looks like you're sitting there staring out the window.
He looks like he's in timeout and he's mad. He's like, oh,
hello, darkness, my old friend.
I'm going to start doing that with my live streams. I'm going to go back and write a program. Like, at this time, we talk about, I don't know, virgin hookers. At this time, we talk about mom sluts.
Yeah, you go into it with like a plan, but there's never any real rhyme or reason, and it never ends up.
Yeah.
I spent one night, I did nothing but bring a picture of a devil sandwich. It was a red breaded sandwich, and like we talked about that for like almost an hour and a half, and I don't know how the hell that happened because we were talking about a devil sandwich. But
what are your weirdos like? Everyone has weirdos. What are your weirdos like?
My weirdos, you got two sets. You have the ones that do not want females in their hobby at all. Women, get out. Get the hell out of our hobbies. Then you have the others that just send you unsolicited dick pics, and you're like, what am I supposed to do with this? So I get two different kinds. Sometimes I get both in the same person, and that's really exciting because it's like, wow, you are an interesting character.
Once I experienced a proper, full meal in first class, I had a moment of reckoning of like, Jesse, you can never take a first class flight internationally. This was domestic. You can't do this internationally until you're prepared to shell out for first class every single time you fly internationally from now on.
I've never got to fly first class. I've always been back in coach, back for fighting people for elbow room, and the old guy's taking off his shoes and clipping it, and you're looking over like, are you fucking kidding me, dude?
Away.
You can't trust nothing Justin says because he doesn't like mustard.
I'm kind of on his team with that. I'm not a big fan of mustard either.
What?
But I'm picky though. I'm pickier than you.
What do you put on a corn dog? When you get a corn dog, what do you put on it?
Okay, one, I don't really eat corn dogs.
What do you put on a soft pretzel?
Yeah, what do you put on a soft pretzel?
I've never had a soft pretzel.
What the hell?
Like the big old like theme park ones? No, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't even know where do you? I don't even know.
That saddens me. You need to have a soft pretzel. They're amazing.
One day, I'm going to take you to Philly, and we're going to go to the Philly Pretzel Factory. You will understand what my childhood was like growing up having shit like that as like snacks brought into Sunday Hebrew school every Sunday. So we do the figure eight style down in Philly. That's our thing. Instead of the big ones you're used to seeing, it's like narrow figure eight that they put them out in a sheet. You pull them apart. You have a nice, beautiful, soft, moist, delicious, salty pretzel. You have to have. I don't even like spicy things. I can't do any kind of pepper spice, spicy mustard, all about that shit. Nice yellow or spicy mustard all over that bitch. And it's like, oh.
I'm glad you watched the movie I sent you.
Yes.
I'm glad that you did check that out because I imagine that was a beautiful film.
Was it Dick Shark?
No, I wish it was Dick Shark. I'm getting Dick Shark.
I'd rather that probably would have been funny.
No, it was this weird Brie Larson movie that I found at Dollar Tree for $1, and I bought it and sent it to Rookie to review.
Which one?
It was the one where she saves the Indians. the Indian people of India or something.
The apparently racially insensitive one or something.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
kind of. I wouldn't even say it was really sensitive. It was like the thing with that movie is like I could tell that she can kind of almost act, but it's just so unentertaining with everything that's around. I'm just like, why are we watching this? What? Okay. And they start singing every 5 minutes, and I hate musicals as well. That was a double whammy on me that it was a musical too.
I didn't know it was a musical. I loved when you told me that it was. I snickered a little bit more about it.
The thing is, when I saw Room, I was very impressed with her. Obviously before.
And we were on vacation, a family vacation. My mom and dad were divorced for a long time, yet they would still somehow, we'd all do family vacations together. They put their crap aside, and do it, and bring us on a trip, and that's all good. And there's a break day. We're there for like a week, and it's a break day. And we're like, let's go watch a movie. And we're like, Hancock's out. Oh, shit, let's go watch Hancock. Yeah, my mom and brother and I were like, yes, let's watch that. But my dad and sister, they had other plans. Mama Mia was out as well. And so that's the one that we had to go see. Man, my brain after that one, it's like being in the theater having to watch this, especially knowing there's a better movie I could be watching at the time. And I'm just like, God, this is so bad. They're like, oh no, look at this, stop, and then saying, it's like, oh.
Yep.
There's so many November birthdays.
You know why? There's actually scientifically, there are more November birthdays than any other, because roughly 9 months before November is Valentine's Day.
See, my mom had this saying, it's a little crude, but it's, when the weather's hot and sticky, there's no time for Dunkin' Dicky, but when the frost is on the pumpkin, then it's time for Dicky Dunkin'. I don't know what the hell it means, but I swear that's what she used to say.
That's the other part of the science, though, is February is the coldest month. It is the month people are most likely to be holed up indoors. Jeff says
take a break from staring at the wall and say hi.
He really does look like he's in a deep, like pondering state out the window. Like, should I or shouldn't I?
I wonder if he's contemplating deeply. Like, there could be somebody, a group of people narrating what they think he's thinking, what the meaning is. Is he examining the lights? Is he reflecting on himself and what he can change for his future? Is he thinking about what he's going to do tomorrow? What's going on in that head?
I'm just putting out there, if somebody wanted to make a Jeff Thinks Deep Thoughts video series where you started with one of mine and then just, muted it and zoomed in over on Jeff.
That's what I was thinking in my head.
That would be so damn funny.
Thinking of like SNL. Real quick, got a $10 super chat from buddy Abu Nas. By the way, congrats on 3 years on YouTube. He reached just a couple of days ago.
Congratulations. That is awesome.
Hell yeah, he had a big old celebration for it, a big old party, and I'm proud of the dude. He was one of the dudes that was coming out of the gate swinging hard and get put in Twitter jail like 12 times and everything with the beginning of The Last Jedi stuff. So one of the first line troopers around there. Good seeing you again, buddy. He says, even though I'm heading to bed, I got to send my utmost love and respect to you, my brother Rookie. Welcome back. So good to see you on YouTube. Rock on, because you talent speaks for itself. Love the ladies, too. Hearts.
Well, thank you, Abinas. You're a poet and a warrior. We love you.
Yes.
He was going to put I love the ladies, and then he's like, I should probably say something else about Rook real quick. So
well, I'm sure he was going to like, the bitches, what's up? I mean, he would never say that. He's too respectful of that. But, but that's Abu, though. As much as he loves the ladies, and we know how much he loves the ladies, he is too respectful not to acknowledge the man himself, the host of this stream, the reason we're here tonight.
He's such a sweetheart.
He really is. It was everywhere. Hamilton was even more obnoxiously everywhere. I was doing a lot of karaoke during that time, so I was hearing people effing thinking they're fucking Alexander Hamilton and fucking self at the karaoke bar every goddamn night.
I couldn't tell you. I could recite a line. One, I'm not giving away my shot. That's a line from Hamilton. That's the only one I know. After months of having this shit played over and over, being inundated with this garbage, that is the only thing that stuck with me. Nothing else. Not another song, line, word, moment, other than realizing as we progress to the second act that Alexander Hamilton is a womanizing piece of shit, and why should I care about him anyway? And it's really weird that this play is the social justice play of the moment when he's a womanizer. But yeah, I guess that's normal. Let's all praise the womanizing white guy from back in the day, because I'm sure he was such a bang-up guy. Meanwhile, we'll cancel literally everyone else. What the actual fuck do you people think? Are you even alive? No, you're not. So shut up and stop pretending that you have something to say or contribute, because you don't. You don't have anything meaningful to say because you don't understand history. Oh, we'll cancel everyone the founding father because they were mere slaves. Well, guess what? Alexander Hamilton had a lot of friends who owned slaves. I don't know if he did himself or not, but he had friends who did. Doesn't that make him complicit in your intrinsic racist scheme? The whole problem with the social justice bullshit is it collapses in on itself Houdini Hamilton because it's not very good. It doesn't make any fucking sense. And I don't give a shit how talented Lin-Manuel Miranda is. If I hear his name one more fucking time, I'm going to scream.
Oh my god! And Jeff didn't even flinch.
No, my cat was. This was while I was gone tonight, but apparently was like sucking on a blanket while asleep.
Aww.
Oh, that's so precious.
Tweaking the little whiskers.
I love the whisker twitches. Oh, Pink can get such cute ones sometimes.
There's apparently a bunch of drool all over the blanket.
I love it. Ours all snore at points. It's adorable. Jane snores the worst. He does the same shit now. His meows are all over the place. Like effing theatrics going on.
Yeah.
Like,
when he wants
sore throat.
When he wants to come in bed, though, he drools. He gets this is the thing. Apparently, I trained him to be a dog too well because he drools when he's excited. So,
I had a cat that did that. She would get up and like dig in my neck and drool in my hair, and it was so gross. I had to go wash my hair.
He wants to drool in my eyes, lick my eyelids, and drool in my ears.
Oh, God.
Favorite places to stick his wet ass nose and mouth when his little drooly self wants love at 3 a.m.
Ears would not be okay. Oh no!
Disgusting. If I'm not awake, I don't catch it in time. I get a drop of liquid gummy down to my ear canal in the middle of the night. It's terrible.
But I really, really, really want to. And the first time I find somebody that is near me and crazy enough to do it, I'm doing it. I'm going. I just haven't. There's nobody that lives around me that's like, oh, I really want to jump out of a plane. I think I'm the only one. So.
Well, if you want to take a visit out here, I would be glad to go again.
Yay!
Anytime. Rookie, you'd be surprised though. Most people who have done both say, and I will agree, say that bungee jumping is scarier because the plane is higher up and all this stuff. Actually, skydiving I think has an overall better safety rating, though that's largely because there's a lot of janky bungee jumping places. Skydiving, you're attached to somebody, it's tandem, so you give that security of a person. There's also this huge disconnect. You are thousands of feet in the air. There's a huge disconnect between, the fact that you're jumping into nothingness and that there's ground rushing up at you. There is no moment where ground is rushing up at you because you're just floating through the air above the earth, and then that ripcord gets pulled before you even have time to freak out, and then you are floating even more gently and luxuriously, secured by a parachute that feels very secure. And bungee jumping, all right, you're going to walk out to this ledge, we're going to count you down, and you're going to fucking jump off a bridge.
Yeah, okay, when you put it like that, I kind of see what you mean. The comfort of having a professional on your back rather than, hey, I'm just going to have, this is good? Okay. Let me try. All right. Yeah, I can kind of see your point there.
And I've done it twice, and both times, I don't know about you, Jesse, but I was questioning these guys hooking up my equipment. I wasn't feeling 100% safe in their expertise and what they were doing. It's like
could be the one day they're just like, oh, we're just hooking this up and whatever together. Okay, you're good to go. And it's like, because they do it all the time, especially if they do it all the time. At some point, when you do something consistently, you get a little relaxed until there's a problem. Then now I have to focus. After they broke their leg, now we'll focus for a bit. Okay, fine.
There is a horrible stunts gone wrong story about a woman, a bungee jump instructor, who was doing a jump as part of a stunt for a movie, and she was just maybe wrapped up with the camera and the set and whatever it was, and she just thinking, oh, she knows everything and she does everything and she's good, forgot to secure the line before she jumped. And it's on camera for the stunt and whatnot. And apparently you can see her face when she realized, because there's a moment where she realizes she didn't secure it. And I've never sought out that footage. It just sounds too horrible.
Yeah, Matt G for $2. Thank you so much, Love Bug. Oh my God, Mandy, comment skaters make comics, but not gates.
That's something to look into, Matt G. You could be the first gate maker of comics. You can make, big gates, metal gates, wood gates.
No,
fire gates.
No. Okay, you don't understand. I've been a fencer for
yes, you fence.
I refuse to have the fucking construction puns follow me to another aspect of nerddom. No.
I didn't even think about that.
No. Your fake pun.
Comics Gate needs to hire Jesse to be their fencer to put up the gates. Put up gates.
No, I will leave the street. I will leave right now.
Yeah,
right here.
It's actually kind of like what you're just talking about with stunts. Somebody gets killed on a set making a movie, and it's actually
I swear I'm not lying.
interesting.
I'm lying.
Can you hear the audio okay?
Yeah.
And I will have your money in full, I promise you.
He owes this guy some money, and he's gonna try to make a movie of some kind, like a quick movie.
You haven't painted the most
trying to make
portrait of our investor. All right, we've been in trouble before. We always find a way out. It's all over.
And
you need money.
I'm trying to talk a little bit while it's playing until it gets to the part. Here we go.
Excuse me, Mr. Pierce. I'm so sorry to bother you. Can I get your
Supposed to be a famous actor, Tom Cruise, like, and he dies.
This scumbag can shoot a frame of film and he makes $5 million.
Yeah, he's like, he doesn't shoot anything and he makes $5 million
How would you feel
somehow.
All you had to show for it was a lousy insurance check.
And he's like, oh.
Look, I got a scam.
And so they're gonna try to get an actor to get killed on set making a film.
Oh my god.
Now putting together a movie.
And
Shoot a star who'll do his own
give me casting, dude.
Duke Montana? Yeah, that's Duke Montana. What are you doing, Duke Montana? Come on, daily game, Russian roulette.
Daily game of Russian roulette. Yeah, it's got all this cast of people. It's freaking insane. And yeah, he's
perfect for this particular part.
he wants him to somehow die.
Yeah, but Duke is like
it's like the producers reimagined.
Yes.
This is great. And it's a great take on it. As I talked about earlier a little bit on Jeff's Craft stream, we talked about this a bit, how you don't reinvent the wheel. If an idea is good, it's fine. Something like this, I love, because it's like, all right, it's the producers, but you're changing the fundamental things that make the producers the producers to make it something new and different in a vein that is fun and funny that we like. Like, I have no problems movies inspired by, riffed off of, clearly in the vein of, that's great. Bring something fun and new to the table. I'm on board.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to say this.
Catches on fire.
If he were alive right now, I know he would be saying, "Where's that damn horse there?" Duke, my God, you're alive.
He's like, crap, you're supposed to die, but you won't die. He keeps on doing these horrible stunts, and he's just coming out, I want to do the next one. Where's that freaking horse? Let me get on the next scene. And he's like,
that sounds great.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, I'm going to watch that.
But having those kinds of pressures on set, one of those like, oh shit, this didn't go quite right.
Right.
My little, low budget production turned into, we had one of those moments of like, oh no, something didn't go right, but we turned it into something better, which is a fun moments to have. But it's a totally wrong when you are on set. It's really magical, and you get through a day of shooting, a grueling day of shooting, or especially once you wrap, and there is this like sigh of relief, this we did it, but then this remorse of it being over, and like this dichotomy of holy shit, that was so much work, I never want to do that again, with oh my god, I can't wait to do that again.
I don't even know. That was that was harder than I thought. Also, in the Rookies Legends, there was just supposed to be one episode where there's a bunch of these Jeff characters. And now I kind of want that to be a big old part of my next project. But I was like, oh, I could shoot the scene where they're all walking out of the closet portal in one day. I should just be able to one day get all that shot easily, no problem, and do their whole scene there. No,
you didn't think about how long it took to get in hair and makeup.
Well, in a way, like changing out of the clothes takes a little bit of time to, even if it's just a shirt, a jacket, whatever this, and then you got to kind of set the camera up again, and then you got to do it. And whenever I do any of them, I do more than one take, so that sometimes it doesn't look right. Sometimes it still is weird, or if I look at the camera, sometimes I don't look at the camera usually, but sometimes my eyes will glance there for some reason, and I'm like, fuck, that was stupid. I got to do it again. It's like, by the time I got to like half my characters, I'm like, I'm getting kind of bored of this right now. This is like, I'm like, why do I feel stressed? All I did was do a few things with like 5 or with like 10 characters, and I'm like, I gotta do 10 more. I need 10 more of these.
Same
Wow.
shit. Like the first time you finish a live stream and you're like, all I did was talk for like an hour or two. Why am I so drained?
It's like feeling wiped out. I'm like, I didn't just run a marathon. If I were to be like, hey, I'm so exhausted today, what'd you do? Oh, I ran all day and did all these activities. What'd you do? Like filmed in my room and
It is. It's exhausting. It's a lot of
just
mental
did.
work. It's a lot of work, though. It's you don't realize how many bits and pieces go into a film. That's actually a really wonderful opportunity that I'm having coming up is going to be interviewing Richard Chu, who is a really, really talented editor. He did Star Wars, the original one, and One Flew Over the That's Risky Business, among others. And I'm just by happenstance get to talk to him, and so we're going to be. He's an editor. He's been an editor for over 50 years, and but so many people don't know his name. I mean, he's worked on some of the most notable pictures you've ever heard of, and people don't know his name. They've heard of the directors who directed these movies.
Yeah, I never heard of him, honestly. So I'll be interested to look at that interview when you do that.
And that's a big part of our thesis coming into this is opening people's eyes up to all of the different aspects that go into movie making, the parts you don't think about. Yeah. The elements you don't consider. We're gonna have a whole bunch of gems. He's from the time I'd spoken to him in the past, he had already given me so many beautiful nuggets of just how much went into fixing Star Wars just from what they brought. Yeah. I mean, he'll be the first one to tell you Mark Hamill doesn't really bring it.
I imagine.
It's so fun here. So I can't wait to start, when we get into our section about the 80s and in Risky Business, hearing, what it's like to see, to be working with the footage of Tom Cruise in one of his big breakout, roles. Like that, who becomes such a thing. It's such a treasure with someone like Richard, who has this wealth of experience and has so much birth to comment on the changes that have happened since he became a part of it. So I'm really can't wait to get to, pick someone's brain.
We'll come to it and then also edit it. And I'll say, editing can be the most fun and the pain in the ass of all of it.
It's such a pain in the ass.
Some parts feel good to get it done, but then you're like, oh, you have, even if it's like 2 minutes and there's just so much you got to edit in that thing to put music, sounds, effects, or the right lines or different takes to find which ones all work and line up right and everything. And it's just like, this is taking hours. And that's a lot of timing. You have to play, move, play. Okay, does it match? Okay, move, play again. Okay, if it has too much on it, it'll you'll press play, and then it might start. It's just it goes, and I'm just like, oh my god. So that's why the tomato videos, the tomato wars that was supposed to be out forever ago, is taking me forever because the editing is just a bitch. I'm like, I don't want to anymore. I'm like, it's all filmed. I got all the lines from everybody. But man, the editing for it sucks. My computer goes slower every time I add something to it.
Why don't you outsource? Have you considered outsourcing your editing?
No, I mean, because part of it is I need to learn how to deal with it, which is partly why I learned a lot in this. When I was doing some of the stop motion stuff, I didn't know that because I did in my first episode, just the first scene was the only one with green screen behind it. Yeah. And when you have a video, you can just easily, you get out the video, you chroma key it, and it's out. But with pictures, you can't just select all the pictures and get away with the chroma key with the green screen. You have to individually select every single picture. So with stop motion, when you take over 1,000 pictures for a scene, you gotta chroma key every freaking one of those bitches, and then that's just the chroma key part. And go ahead.
The reason I suggested outsourcing is because you really don't need to know this stuff. That's the whole thing. People get stuck in this trap. Editing is one of those things that can be outsourced remotely from anywhere to anywhere. So if editing isn't your bent or your shtick, obviously it's good to know basic things and stuff, but there's no reason not to outsource 100% of your bigger editing projects. There's no reason, if editing is not the thing you want to do as a filmmaker, there's no reason to spend all this time grinding away at editing. If you want to go off and be a director, you will never need to know this shit. That's the beauty of it. It's up to you if you want to, if that's something you want to spend the time to do and learn. But it's the kind of thing with film. The thing I love about it is all of those different roles in it are so specific. I think it's important to know a little bit about it and understand how each one works. But at the end of the day, even if you're making your own stuff, you don't need to be an expert in everything. And sometimes it's important. Sometimes depending on what you want to do, you need to be a little bit. But I mean, it's better to focus more energy on certain elements and then look for, help in other ways.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's just, I guess right now I don't know how to explain enough about what I want it to look like in the final product. So as far as if I had an editor, I don't know how I'd really portray what I want him to do, I guess, my issue.
You also can put together the rough cut, here's the first. And so that's 1. 2, you have a script, right? Presumably at some point. You just send in the script. That's all you do. That's if your writing is there, and I've read your writing, you convey exactly what you want to convey with the words on the page. All you need to do is find the right editor, send them the words on the page and the stuff you've shot. Everything is there, and they'll be able to figure out the rest. Sites, it's like casting sites, but for the crew, where you can find editors from anywhere, people who are willing to work for free at a high level because they just want to build their resume. So that's that thing. So definitely explore all those avenues there. Is 1. And 2 was about the writing part. That was the next part because we did the edit, had the thoughts about the writing. This is brain thoughts.
I love the way you do that.
You're catching them in the air.
Yes, like spider webbing out on all these things. That's awesome.
I had it. And critiques, yes. When it comes to critiques, just solicit, bring your stuff to your friends, people with channels, and say, hey, review this and don't be nice, and
I might do that.
Just wondering about the inspiration for the shitting tomato part.
My mom actually presented. I was building a little set with it. Yeah, you watched the thing. I had a little Duplo thing, and I had a little tomato town. And see, my mom, she kind of likes the tomato stuff also that I've done. She thinks it's weird and interesting. I had her bedazzle the lid and make a little jewelry necklace around it for one of the characters. Had her make the little scarf and whatever little things for some of the character pieces. And she was like, hey, trying to think of items I could use. Hey, what about this coffee creamer thing? You can use that like a little toilet or something. I'm like, why would I need a toilet? And I was like, wait a second, give me that. Hold on. This will be fun. It's like I can make the scene.
I think moments like that, because you just had this great, you kind of lean into the whole segment is this little tomato guy walking around his tomato world and all the tomatoes being weird. I would love go back to revisit that and just cut it way, way down. So it's just like he's tootling by and there's just this crapping tomato and it's like, just chill. Like you don't even focus on it. He's just like, oh, hey, crapping tomato, whatever.
And if you guys want to comment on them as well, feel free with it. I filmed the first scene all on green screen. Tried to emulate A New Hope with tomatoes somehow. You can obviously see my hand or my glove.
My favorite thing with this right out the gate, though, is I love when projects acknowledge their quality. It is very difficult to watch somebody think that they have put together a masterpiece when it looks like this. It is very easy to have a conversation with somebody who is very aware of the limitations of their technology and leans into it and adds an element of camp to the story that reflects the quality that you're working with. I think it shows a really high level of intelligence as a filmmaker that we don't have that disconnect. You present your material we know what to expect, basically.
By the way, these were the only 2 ships that I have at all. So that's why they're the ones. No particular reason. They're just the only ships I have. So the orange one is a Cloud City one that was not in the movie.
I was like, it looks familiar, but not familiar. So I probably saw it, at points.
Yeah, I think it was going to be in the movie, but they're like, nah, they decided not to. Yeah. And with that whole thing, I'm using just green gloves with my green screen.
I mean, honestly, it looks really good. Until you pointed it out, I hadn't even noticed your gloved hand in that first shot. So
I'm surprised. I thought I'm like it's obvious. There's the dip in the wing or whatever.
You will realize the things that are obvious. There are so many things that are obvious only to you when it comes to this stuff.
Yeah.
First thing that I had to learn. It takes so long is don't apologize because you'll end up apologizing for shit people didn't even notice.
Oh no! See, I'm not really apologizing. I'm just acknowowing it, I guess, and I would assume
that's what I mean by apologize, though. Don't call out your the people you're talking to. Read it as very defensive. I have a very big problem of sounding overly defensive all of the time, and then they're less inclined to actually want to give you feedback because they feel like, oh, you already think you know it all. So that was a big one for me. Was like,
shoot our weapons in the direction of the enemy. Well, by golly, we just might be able to.
Stupid ad.
I gave you an ad on your own shit.
Stupid ad. I'm on my own channel. Okay.
Pull off a.
This took forever to edit.
That was good, though. The door exploded. That was really good.
Thanks. This took forever.
When you have the budget for more tomatoes, you should definitely do a lot of splatters.
Well, I should have had more splatters.
Oh, when you have when you have tomatoes to spare, like one like this, if you can, have tomato gore, that's the one thing I wanted from this scene that I didn't get. I wanted tomato gore.
Yeah, I think this was the very first scene that I filmed, and I think with my green screen and my table, I just didn't want to do that at the time.
You didn't want it on your stuff, yeah.
I do see what you mean, though, and I do have more tomato gore later, though. There's more gore along the way. I
wondered if you could take like Saran wrap and just kind of lay it in a couple of strips all the way down your green screen, if it would show through but not splatter.
Maybe, though, there might be some reflective from the light.
It could do the reflective thing.
Yeah. But that is.
But I might try that though. That's a good idea.
Yeah, absolutely. Just go with white, pink. You could do pink and still be able to do it. And I doubt there's a lot of pink in your movie. So
true.
that would cut out the entire chroma key aspect of it, and I think it would be easier. Honestly,
yeah, that sounds easier.
And then you also don't have to worry about,
messing up your.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, you should notice there's no stems. Well, this one was supposed to have a stem, I think. I think that one does. And when it's close enough, you can tell which ones were supposed to have stems because they were filmed with stems, but the green screen took out the stems. Yeah. Yes. Little buggers there. I took the Wilhelm scream and high pitched it. Yeah. But it's
why does that tomato have an X on it?
He's dead.
Oh,
huh?
Like when you say live action, you mean like video instead of picture?
Yeah, like she comes in and she knocks it, cut straight to like you're throwing it across the ground on a table or something in your house. It would be funny.
That is something I can do, and with the green with my glove or whatever, I can technically move it with in a way without it being on screen and be able to move it sometimes, which I do. I do utilize in some formats in the upcoming parts, especially when one of the tomatoes channels their inner Brie Larson to attack the invader.
How dare you make such a claim? We don't have beasts. That must be low, dirty friends of yours, princess.
And by the way, these sounds are by Riot Kitty, the Pokemon noises. I know she likes Pokemon. I was like, hey, just make some Pokemon noises.
By the Brie Larson, help us.
By the way, Brie Larson is like their god, so of course, by God, by Brie Larson, help us here. And they get chased, and this whole little set, the little Tomato City, yeah, that was a long one as well.
I was using Google Analytics.
Shut up, bitch.
No one cares.
Yeah, y'all got rid of Parlor. Fuck off.
Hello.
Hey, you want to join the guys and I at the sprinklers?
Not this time. Gotta work.
Yeah, some of my dialogue in here is a little cringy when I listen to
I
it.
love it. I love it. I think this all stuff works really, really well. This is where like that camp element comes into play, and it works because like you're going for a bizarre world where tomatoes do shit. And
Yes.
that little like I'm so tickled by that little bit of dialogue. Oh, you want to do this? Like he's not going to serve. He's going to go hang with the sprinklers because he's a fucking tomato, and it just immediately brings up the imagery of tomatoes at the supermarket on the veggie shelf when the little sprinklers come on.
No, I think this, for what this is, I think your dialogue is perfect. I think it would have been cringe if you had tried to make serious dialogue to go along with this insane world you created with these tomatoes. The fact that they are saying, I'm going to the sprinkler, no, and he's got a damn he's got a surfboard on him. No, I think it's great. I think it's awesome.
It's that blend of the familiar and unfamiliar. You have to give us something familiar to latch on to. The surfer dude, hey, you want to catch some waves, bro? Your weird world. It's the same thing Star Wars does for us. Hey, Luke, boy, we all know what that looks like. Bizarre spaceship land. And that camp is our way in. Shadow's the one who wants to give up on all this stuff. And just the whole part where he's like, I'm not going to let you. And they cut away, not letting you know what's going to happen. And they go back to the home and the kids are all waiting and the animals come running over the hill. And you get to, and then he doesn't think Shadow's going to make it. He comes looking over the hill and back to his boy. Fucking kills me. Every time. And that's like, and then it's off and then it's done. And I always use that one because tears are fine. But when I get to that moment, I'm full on crying. I'm bawling because I can't even fucking talk to this moment without there. And I can hold on to that if I want to and stay in the ball of it. Or then, okay, the scene's over. I'm done. I don't need to be crying anymore. Cool.
I just use it to get what I want from my husband.
It
works. Why are you upset because I spent that $30? I had no idea that you didn't want me to spend that. Why are you mad at me? Why are you yelling at me? What did I do?
Do you do the little the stiff lip with the little quiver?
I do the quiver. I do the puppy eyes. And if I think really hard, like I can think about side shit and I will get watery-eyed and then it's just, and yeah, it gets me out of a lot of trouble. Lot of trouble because he don't want to yell at me while I'm crying, but I'm always doing shit that I shouldn't do, so it works out.
Good circle. Yep.
It's a vicious circle, but it works.
But hey, you know what? It's all built on love.
Exactly. So I would do it now, but I've got on liquid mascara, and if
I forgot my
liquid eyeliner, I'm gonna have black running down my cheeks. I'm wondering if you couldn't use like my little boy has these Mr. Potato Heads, and he has like Darth Vader, and like there's Star Wars themes, and he's got like a bunch of them. I wonder if you could use those pieces and shove it like
I do have
potato on it and have little.
We do have an old Mr. Potato Head game in the attic. So, I mean, I thought about it too, but now they don't get no feet. Tomatoes don't get feet.
They don't get the feet.
I was talking about like the action figures.
Right.
Odd. But yeah, the tomatoes are fine for the most part. They're easy enough. Some of them are a little wobbly for the most part, but they usually stand up good enough. And if not, I can find them in the store and just look at them. Okay, you guys gonna work? Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
It was funny. There was a cashier that I went to the same place twice to get more tomatoes. I had to refill my stock. I ended up using just in total, I probably used like 200 tomatoes. Like,
my gosh!
It's because they rot, and when you poke holes in them and you try to use them again, they rot faster essentially. So. I had to keep on refilling the stock, and she was just like, kind of looked at me. She didn't say anything. She was like, "Okay, more tomatoes."
You are that weird guy now that comes in and buys. They're like, "Look, it's that fucking tomato guy again. What is he doing with all of that?" You know they're doing it. I would if there was some guy that kept coming in buying all these tomatoes. I'd be like, "He's gonna turn orange soon.
Yeah, or it's like, are you using these to throw at people, or what are you doing?
What are you doing? Yeah, if they're like a play in town and you're just not a fan, what is going on with all these tomatoes?
Yeah, but real quick to end the tomato talk, I will at some point, because I have not seen Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, and I had no idea it was a cartoon as well.
I
And,
love
Yes, oh my gosh, yes, it's
Attack of the Killer
and
Tomatoes.
they had a song. Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck?
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
I love that.
Can you answer me? Did the director make it thinking this is a good film, or this is a funny film? Like,
No, it's intended. It actually is intended as a parody of the Birds.
Yeah, BC, that kind of disappointed me. I don't know. It didn't, just based on the trailer. I'm like, this is your parody?
No, it's good. It is a classic. It is the reason you know about it is because it was good enough. It's so crappily good that everybody knows about Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. You should watch it.
I'm gonna watch it, and I'm gonna have a couple of my tomato characters from Tomato Wars react to it as well, or something.
Yes!
See if I can get the people who voice them to give some reactions.
Oh my god, absolutely.
The movie.
Yeah.
So great.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's long overdue since I watch it. Because I've only seen the trailer. Yeah, I'm surprised they had a song. Makes me want to try to come up with a better song. Because I don't know. I'm like, you know what, your parody level's fine, man. Let's see about that. I don't know.
It spices things up a little, you know.
It does. It's like googly eyes on things.
First,
I love it.
Meet the Tominator.
I am so pleased to make his acquaintance.
I love him. It's great.
He is
He's
magic.
the Tominator.
He is
with
magic.
the Boba Fett rocket launcher.
I'm so pleased.
Yes, and then a glimpse at the blue tomatoes.
Oh,
for
that
the poor
cool.
paint job.
That looks cool.
I literally
That's
put one on
awesome.
a napkin because it was leaking.
Oh.
It was getting on my rug. This was like really early in the morning, too. I was like 3 a.m. and I was just trying to finish out the scene. That was fun. And then this is like a Rancor, but it's a pumpkin.
Oh my god. Does the tomato get eaten? Because I want that.
Well, these guys get eaten
Yes.
before the tomatoes. They have to use their Brie Larson powers to overcome their challengers. They have to channel it.
Oh, did you guys see Brie Larson unboxed her 100,000 subscriber plaque because she totally earned it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, look at her go. Go, girl. We're all so proud of you.
So proud of her.
Long, hard journey. What's funny with the tomatoes, I mean, by now I'm not even really making fun of her. That's just part of the lore of the tomatoes.
I love it.
The whole concept was from the when Rotten Tomatoes was being weird with the Captain Marvel. Yeah. But that's all good. Mandy, you're wrapping up your Super Dead stuff going on. You want to tell us about that or what you got coming up next?
Yeah, so Super Dead, I'm still working on fulfillment of that, but if you backed it, don't worry, it'll be there soon. And we have just opened up the mailing list for our new book, Work the Wizard 2, that will be going live on, I think, February the 1st. So be on the lookout for that one, you guys. And yeah, keeping the books coming, keeping them coming.
Oh, yeah, she's got big plans for this year, so watch out for next coming stuff. And her contrast is great with Wart the Wizard, very cute little kid-friendly one, and then Super Dead, the complete opposite spectrum with that. Love that contrast.
Right, exactly. Oh, and Pirate Queen is still available, you guys. So if you have not went back to Pirate Queen, be sure to go do that because I will be closing down that campaign as soon as I'm done with the Super Dead fulfillment. We'll be closing down Pirate Queen so I can get those ordered and get those in you guys' hands as well.
Nice.
Exactly. Heck yeah. And Jesse, you got like a little film or an interview series coming up.
Yeah. So yeah, huge deal. I will be interviewing Richard Chew, the Academy Award winning editor who edited Star Wars: The Conversation, The One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Risky Business, and others. We are planning a 4-part series following his entire career, starting with dropping out of law school to pursue documentary filmmaking, covering Woodstock way back in the day as a young man. and then him coming out to Hollywood in the 70s, working on these, Francis Ford Coppola was the first director he worked with on a major motion picture, moved on from that to Cuckoo's Nest to Star Wars, which gave him the Academy Award, set him up and so the whole second act is those movies in the 70s, working with these teams of incredible editors on these huge productions, and what that meant for him in his career, and obviously all the incredible changes happening during the 70s, throughout the 80s, where he was able to be his own man, and some of the missteps he made, as well as some of the choices, some of the more fun choices he was able to make. And then our fourth part is going to be very reflective of how the industry's changed, how his career's changed, and a look forward as to what we think is going to come. So I still don't know how I managed to have this happen, but it's incredible. I'm so excited.
It happens when you reach out. It happens when you reach out. Perfect. Well, all right. I think that about wraps it up. I realized, too, we never actually talked about Godzilla at all.
Oh, my God.
No, we didn't.
We went right around it. Only thing I was going to say real quick on that was it looks cool, but I think they show too much in the trailer. Again, like they showed a lot of the events and a lot of what they think's happening, and I'm kind of like, I don't know. I kind of would have wanted a little less just so I could be more intrigued to it. Like, it showed the axe thing, and then it blocks the atomic breath. I'm like, that's cool, but that'd be tight to like just see, because you go in going, how the hell's Kong gonna do anything? Then you go, oh shit, in the theater. With that would be kind of a cool moment. They said something's provoking Godzilla in the trailer, and I'm like, I mean, let that be for us to find out when we get there. Who's not gonna see this? Like,
that's a really good point. It's sort of redundant to like, why are you putting information in here? We're going to see the movie. If kind of what I said before, don't try so hard. If you're expecting us to see the movie because of a compelling plot, you've made the wrong movie.
Yeah.
Should have been a 30-second trailer.
Exactly. Roar, roar, hack, smash. Oh my God, what's going on?
Shots of people going, oh no, Godzilla. And then a couple shots of King Kong punching them or something. And that's all you need to show.
Pointed, over dramatic reactions from your stars, or one single line to categorize who they are. Monster, monster, roar, roar, roar. Bam,
oh, Godzilla. And then that's it. And then